So
Okay, no
today
study.
we'll go for the Eigrp summarization.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try to do this lab quick, but we'll take
Okay.
the class. So when you are going for Eigrp
Mm-hmm.
summarization it is a process of combining multiple individual routes. You know, multiple individual routes as a single route. Summarization is a process of combining multiple routes as in a single large subnet. It's a single route that we understand, but single
Mm-hmm.
large subnet actually. Means what we have a headquarter. Take for example, a router one, a router two, a router three. So when you configure dynamic routing protocol AHRP, take this is the router one, it's in a branch. We have a headquarter, we have another branch. So in the headquarter network, we have some 100 routes are there, 100 are there. In router 3 also, we have a 100 routes are there. What router 3 will do? Router 3 will advertise all these 100 routes to router 2. Router 2 will advertise these 100 plus router 300 to router 1. But router 1, now router 1 will receive all the 200 routes. All the 200 routes router 1 is going to receive. Consider router 1 router has its less memory or uh, it has a less memory, less processor,
Mm-hmm.
less memory. That router actually, like say for example, it is 700 series,
Mm-hmm.
1800 series, 2800 series. So those particular routers they cannot afford more than 45 routes like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in that scenario, like what we can do, router 2 and router 3, they can summarize. They are going to summarize all these 100 routes as a single route.
Okay.
Router 2 also they can summarize all the 100 routes as a single route. Instead of 200, once they do summarization, router 1 will receive just only 2 routes. With the 2 routes, I can reach all the 200 routes actually.
Mm-hmm.
So summarization is a process of combining multiple routes, multiple individual routes as a large subnet.
Single or subnet.
There are two types of summarization, auto summarization and manual summarization. But before going for that, if you see the advantages of summarization, you see before it has 200 routes, but now we have the command before show IP route, we have 200. But now when I give the command show IP route, we have only two. So by doing summarization, it is going to minimize, it's going to minimizing the routing table. It's going to minimizing the routing table actually. And also we are going to less use of, it's going to use less use of resources like memory on the router or the processing of the processor and all the utilization of the bandwidth. Because to manage the route, also the router should use the bandwidth as well. So to reduce the routing table, you can use summarization. That is the best thing to reduce the routing table, route table, Because in the router one, if I give the command show IP route, all the router 2 and router 3 networks will be there. Now, if I'm in the router one, if I give the command show IP route, oh, we didn't configure anything. Actually, this network only two networks will be there. So if you configure Eigrp, router 2 will advertise these networks to router 1, router 3 will advertise to router 2 and router 1. So many networks will be there. Then if you do summarization, then instead of all this, we'll be having just only 2 routes. To do summarization, actually, there is some conditions actually. To do summarization, all the networks should be in contiguous networks from the same class. I mean, discontiguous networks we cannot do summarization. For example, in the router 1, router 3 we have. In router 3, we have it 10 dot, 10 dot, say example 10.0.0.1 slash 24. This one is 10.0.1.0 slash 24. This one is 10.0.2.0 slash 24. This one is 10.0.3.0 slash 24. You see here, means it's from this contiguous networks means it is from same class 10, but it is subnetted. Discontiguous networks, maybe some networks are of 10, some networks are class B 172, some networks are 192. You see here, 172 is different, 192 is different, 10 is different. So discontiguous areas networks, we cannot do summarization. It will be very difficult actually. So still we are in Eigrp only. Where is our folder? Eigrp summarization. Yeah. This is what I am saying. To do summarization, continuation of networks class must be configured. This contiguous network summarization is difficult. Summarizations are of 2 types. Summarizations are of 2 types actually. What are they? Auto summarization and manual summarization. So when you say like an auto summarization, the routers by default they do automatically to their classical network. Take for example, we have all 10.0.0.0. If you actually there is some disadvantages in auto summary, and auto summarization is done to the default classical boundary of the network. For class A, it is by default subnet mask is /8, class B 16, class C is /24. 16 means what? 255.255.0.0. Class 24, 255.255.255.0.0. Summarization are 2 types.
So these are all class C network, right? You're because of subnet 24.
Even though they are subnetted. Okay, let me make good
Right.
better. Others will not understand. You will not understand. We have a router 1, take router 2, router 3, router 4. So one headquarter is connected to 3 branches. Just remember summarizations are of 2 types, auto summarization and manual summarization. Now, this router network has 10.0.0.0 network /24, 10.0.1.0 /24. All these are the different one because in part of it they are changing the number. Like this 10.0.0.0, 10.0.1.0. Okay, 10.0.3.0 like this, we have it 100 routes are there. Or these are the 100 networks are there. Now, in another router, this is a router 4. This is router 3. Then in router 3, take we have a 10 dot 1 dot 0.0, which is slash 24. Changes in the second octet. These are 4, 5, 6, like this. So here again there are 100 are there. 100 in second octet, 7, 8, 9.
So basically in router 4, third octet is changing, and in router 3, second octet is changing.
Very exact, yeah, very nice. Right. Now maybe here is there is 100, 10.0 dot 100 dot 1.0. Okay, slash 24. Here there are 2, again 3, again 4. All these are they are from the same class of class A, but they are separated. So here also we have 100. Here also we have 100.
Class C, right?
Class C subnet mask.
Subnet mask, but this will fall under class A or class C. Because of subnet mask, it will fall under class C only, right?
Class C. So you cannot say class C network. It is a classless network.
I cannot say class C.
You cannot say class C IP address. No.
We have to say
Even you cannot say class A. It is classless.
classless. Okay, got it. Okay.
Separated. Or you can say it is subnetted network. Now, summarization is in a process of combining multiple individual routes as a large subnet. And Eigrp actually they do by default. If you don't give the command no auto summary, it will do auto summary. But when you do auto summary, this router 2 will summarize its default classful network of /8. Means router 2 will advertise all this network as 10.0/8 also. Router 3 also it will do classful network to /8, as well as in router 4 also is trying to do /8 also. Means a classful route will be advertised to HQ, and HQ maintains all of that. Now when HQ is connected to another branches in another country, I have another headquarter 1, headquarter 2. So from when another branches, if they want to communicate to 10.0.0.0 network, since they do auto summary to their default class, when this guy wants to communicate with 10.0.0.1, for example, if the packet is coming to this router forwards to router 2, router 3, and router 4. The router 2 will check all its branch routes. Sorry, I don't have 10.0.0 network here. Then that information is forwarded to the headquarter. Then the headquarter will forward to router 3, and also it is going to check all the other branches. And router headquarter is going to send to the router 4. Yeah, 10.0.0 I have it.
If the summarization is not done.
If they do auto summary.
Auto summary.
Because summarization is done to a default classful boundary by default when you do the auto summary, and auto summarization is supported only by RIP, Eigrp, BGP. Auto summarization is not supported by OSPF. OSPF protocol will not do automatic summarization, or auto summarization is not done by OSPF. So here what is going to happen is when they do auto summary to their default classical network, like if you have a class A slash 20 slash 8, class B 16, class C 24, it will cause the loop. It will cause the loop by default. Loop in the sense checking the packet whether it is available or not. It is unnecessary flooding the information. So even unnecessarily flooding and unnecessarily utilizes the post utilization, memory utilization, and so on. Even though Eigrp, if you configure auto summary, when they do auto summary, in order to avoid this loop, a null route will be created automatically by the routing protocol. A null route will be created. Why null route will be created? To avoid the loop in Eigrp domain. That's why in order to avoid this type of thing in Eigrp, always we will see a command called no auto summary. Remember, every day in all our last classes, after configuring the Eigrp, we are giving the command no auto summary.
Right.
First, we will do this auto summarization, how Eigrp is working, how Eigrp is advertising the routes, the importance of auto summary we will do. So we have the router one here. Go to enable 150. First loop back one. IP address is 172.31.1.1. Interface because 0 by 0. IP address is 192.168.100.1. 48 no shutdown. That's it. Only two interfaces in router 1. Host name is, this is the router 2. Host name is R2. Interface will be back 1. IP address 252. Interface loopback 5. Loopback will be up. It is 200.5. Loopback 9. This is the IP address. Loopback 13. What happened? Interface loopback 13. Interface loopback 17. This number is gone wrong, no problem. 17. 117. CMX 70. Interface loopback After 1721, IP address should be 21. Then interface go back 25. IP address is 25. Router 1 if you put program. So we have all the loopbacks are created. Loopback 17, 25, 21 and all that. So I need to configure these big interfaces. 150 INT interface bigger 0 by 0. So IP address is 192.168.100.2 255.255.255.248. Interface bigger 0 by 1. IP address is 10.1.1.1, no 1.2, 255.255.248. No shut up. In the case of router 1 and 2. So we have a router 3.
So in any EIGRP command you did not give, right? Sally, only you
So
just
now we need to
configured the loop.
configure AJRP.
Yeah, Kali only loop back and interfaces.
Yeah. Just configuring the interfaces. So this router 3 is rebooting. So router 3/23.
/23 is there. Okay.
/23 means what is the subnet mask?
255.255 dot 250 253 dot
Exactly. Yeah.
0.
0. So let it get boot. So let me.
So you're sending this recording to Abdul?
No, I didn't send you.
Okay.
Just first 2 videos I sent. I didn't.
Okay.
So enable 150. Host name is R3. Interface giga 0 by 1. We have 10.1.1.1. So address is 10. Then console 0. Memory synchronous. Interface giga 0 by 1. IP address is 10.1.1.10.1.1.1.3. So 255.255.255.248. Then no shut down. So we have 1 more minute. Interface loopback 1. Interface loopback 1. IP address is 191.168.200.1. 255.255.253.0. Add mask. Oh my god. Why it came 200? When I copied it will come wrong. It should be 1, not 200 series. 1.1. We'll do this. 5.5. You have to remove the 200.